let's talk about something we all think we know: calcium. For years, we've heard that a glass of milk is the absolute best way to get it. But today, we're going to see what other foods out there might just give milk a run for its money.
So be honest, when you hear the word calcium, what's the first food that pops into your head? For pretty much everyone, it's milk, right? It's been the poster child for strong bones forever. But is it really the undefeated champion? Well, let's find out.
Okay, so here's our starting point. This is the number we have to beat. 1 cup of regular dairy milk gives you 306 milligrams of calcium. That's almost a quarter of what you need for the entire day. It's a really solid number, and it's going to be our benchmark for everything else we look at.
That's right. As good as milk is, it is definitely not the only player in the game. In fact, you're about to see a bunch of foods, some you expect, and some that are going to blow your mind, that leave that 306 milligram number in the dust.
So let's lock in that number, 306 milligrams. That's our calcium benchmark.
First up, let's start on some familiar ground. We're not even leaving the dairy aisle yet because, believe it or not, some of milk's closest relatives are the ones that are actually outperforming it.
And here we go. Yogurt. Just 1 cup of plain yogurt delivers a massive 415 milligrams of calcium. That's over a third of your daily value, and over 100 milligrams more than milk, right out of the gate.
Next up, cheese. Get this, a 2-ounce serving of cheddar, and we're talking about a pretty small amount here, packs an incredible 398 milligrams of calcium. That is a ton of calcium for such a small portion.
And even just 1 little ounce of Parmesan cheese clears our benchmark with 335 milligrams. Oh, and here's a cool little bonus. Hard cheeses like Parmesan are naturally super low in lactose, so they're a great option if you have a bit of a sensitivity.
Okay, time to switch gears. We're leaving the dairy aisle and venturing into the plant kingdom. A lot of people think plant-based diets just can't compete on calcium, but you're about to see some options that totally blow that idea out of the water.
I hope so, because this next one is the heavyweight champion of our entire explainer, and I promise you, it's probably not what you're expecting. Would you just look at that number? A tiny half cup of firm calcium-set tofu has an unbelievable 861 milligrams of calcium. That's 2/3 of your daily value. It's almost 3 times the amount in a glass of milk, all from this one humble source.
So what's the secret? How is that even possible? Well, it's all about how it's made. To get that firm texture, producers often use calcium salts, and that just massively boosts the calcium content. On top of that, it's an amazing source of protein and other key minerals like selenium, zinc, and iron.
And hey, don't sleep on your greens. A cup and a half of cooked collard greens serves up 402 milligrams of calcium. And you're not just getting the calcium, you're also getting a huge dose of fiber and essential vitamins.
And let's hear for the tiny but mighty sesame seed. Just a quarter cup has 351 milligrams of calcium. Plus, they're packed with magnesium, which is another mineral that actually works with calcium to keep your bones strong.
All right, for our final category, we're diving into some of calcium's best-kept secrets. These are foods that get their power from a little bit of food science and, well, a surprising gift from the sea. So first, a really quick definition. You've probably seen the word fortified on food labels. All it means is that manufacturers have added extra nutrients, like calcium, to a food, turning everyday items into these little nutritional powerhouses. And this is a total game changer if you drink plant-based milks. Fortified versions can easily blow past our dairy benchmark. Soy milk can have up to 500 milligrams per cup, and almond milk can be right around 450. Both are just fantastic alternatives.
Okay, we've seen dairy, we've seen plants, and we've seen fortified foods. But I've saved our final contender, and it comes from a place you really might not expect.
Yep, canned sardines. One of those little cans gives you 351 milligrams of calcium. It might sound a little strange, but these tiny fish are absolute nutritional giants.
So where's all that calcium hiding? It's in the tiny, soft, completely edible bones. So whatever you do, don't pick them out. That's where all the good stuff is. And as a bonus, sardines are off the charts in vitamin B12 and have almost all the selenium you need for a day.
So there you have it, from yogurt and cheese to tofu and collard greens to fortified milks and even sardines. You have this incredible diverse toolkit you can use to build strong bones.
Look, the takeaway here isn't that milk is bad. Not at all. It's just to show you that you have so many other powerful options out there.
So the real question is, now that you know what's available, how are you going to mix and match these foods to build your own perfect calcium toolkit? Thanks for tuning in.